Hello students, welcome back to Botany Solutions. I am Ronia. I am currently an intern at Government Medical College, Mehboob. So I'll be teaching you Botany section A and B and its solutions in detail. If you have any doubts, you know where to put them, you can put them in comments. I'll be more than happy to clear them. Okay. So now as the NEET exam is approaching, you have to and you should focus on only one thing, that's revision, revision, revision. And do not read anything new because that is going to be of no use. Okay, so focus on revision and try to revise multiple times. Okay, I hope that is clear to you. Now moving on to another question, that is 101. The first question, that is 101. What does it say? It says below are two given statements. Okay, so let us read the statement. One says Plasmodium is most notorious sporozoum causing malaria, a disease which has great impact on population. Yes, this is a correct statement. Malaria is indeed caused by Plasmodium. We know four species of Plasmodium, that is Plasmodium vivax, Plasmodium malariae, Plasmodium falciparum, and Plasmodium ovale. Okay, so these are the four species of Plasmodium which cause malaria, and it has indeed caused a great impact on human population. Okay, so I think this statement is correct. Now, moving on to the next statement. What does it say? It says Paramecium is the most notorious sporozoum causing typhoid. So see, Paramecium is the most notorious sporozoan causing typhoid. Paramecium is a sporozoum. That is a correct statement. Okay. And does it cause typhoid? No, that's an incorrect statement. Paramecium is a ciliated sporozoum. That is correct, but it does not cause typhoid. Typhoid is caused by a bacteria which is known as, yes, what is the bacteria which causes typhoid? Salmonella typhi. Okay, so there are four bacteria actually which cause typhi, different species of Salmonella only. So one of them is Salmonella typhi, other one are Salmonella paratyphi A, Salmonella paratyphi B. Okay, so statement 2 is incorrect. So answer to this question is option 1, which says statement 1 is correct and statement 2 is incorrect. Okay, I hope that was clear to you. Moving on to question 102. What does it say? It says Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease in humans is caused by an organism which is Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease in humans is caused by prions. Okay, and what are prions? Prions are protein particles, proteinaceous particles without outer covering. Okay, understood? Without outer covering. Prions are proteinaceous particles without outer covering. See, understood? So, Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease in humans is caused by an organism which has inert crystalline structure. No, it's wrong statement. Does not have a crystalline structure. It has free RNA without protein coat. No, it has protein coat without RNA. So it is also wrong. Free DNA without protein coat. No, it has protein coat without DNA. So abnormally folded protein. Yes, that's correct. So option number 3 is correct. Moving on to question 103. What does it say? It says kingdom Plantae includes eukaryotic chlorophyll containing organism called plants. Yes, it is correct. Plants are eukaryotic because their nucleus is covered by nuclear membrane. Their cells have chlorophyll in the chloroplast. Yes, that is correct. So both of these statements are correct. Oh, sorry, assertion is correct. Now let us see what was the reason saying. The reason is saying plant cells have eukaryotic structure with prominent chloroplasts. Yes, and cell walls mainly made up of cellulose. Yes, assertion is also correct. What is assertion saying? Assertion is saying plant cells have eukaryotic structure. That means their nucleus is covered with nuclear membrane and they have prominent chloroplasts which contain chlorophyll, and the cell wall is made up of cellulose. Yes, so this statement is also correct. So reason is correct, assertion is correct. Now let us see whether assertion and reason both are matching or not. So we'll do this. Kingdom Plantae includes eukaryotic chlorophyll containing organisms called plants because plant cells have eukaryotic structure with prominent chloroplasts and cell walls, which are mainly made up of cellulose. Okay. So now, is reason correctly explaining the assertion? Come on, think about it. Is reason correctly explaining? Are the plant cells having chlorophyll because they have chloroplasts? Yes, yes. Okay, yes, that's a correct statement. So now I would say, let us read here. What is this saying? Yes. Now see, I would say, even though it is written here that the assertion is correct and reason is correct and reason is correctly explaining the assertion, I would say both the assertion and reason are correct, but reason is not correctly explaining the assertion. Why? If you ask me, I will tell you why. Because see, the assertion is telling that Kingdom Plantae includes eukaryotic chlorophyll containing organisms called plant. Okay, okay, okay. Now, why are they called eukaryotic? Because their nucleus has nuclear membrane, which is not given in reason. Okay, they have given that they have prominent chloroplasts which contain chlorophyll. Okay, understandable, but they have not given that the nucleus is covered with nuclear membrane. So, answer to your question 101 or 103 would be assertion is correct and reason is also correct, but reason is not the correct explanation to assertion. That is your option number 2. Okay, I hope that was clear to you. So moving on to question 104. Okay. What does it say? Just a second, I'll take it. One second option 104. What does it say? It says the form and size of algae is highly variable, ranging from colonial forms like volvox and filamental forms like eulothrix and spirogyra. So answer to question 104 is option number 1. It is a very simple question. If you have written test series, whatever you are writing, your part test 1, 2, 3, 4, full test 1, 2. So by this time, you should know that volvox is colonial and eulothrix and spirogyra are filamentous algae. Okay, chlorophyll. Moving on to question 1.5. This is again assertion and reason type of question. What does it say? It says leaves are pinnately compound in neem. Yes, in neem, leaves are pinnately compound. Okay, that is correct. So in neem we have leaves like this. Just a second. The leaves will be like this in neem. Isn't it? So these are pinnately compound leaves. They are found in neem. Yes, correct statement. When number of leaflets arise from a common axis, rachis, that is midrib, it is termed as pinnately compound leaf. Yes. So when from a rachis, this is rachis, a number of leaflets arise, then it is known as pinnately compound leaf. From different points, the leaflets, a number of leaflets are arising from different points. From a common axis called rachis. Then the leaf so formed is called pinnately compound leaf. Yes, so reason is correctly explaining the assertion. Reason is explaining that why is the leaf which is present in neem is called as pinnately compound leaf because leaflets are arising from the rachis from different points and the rachis is common axis. So answer to this question would be assertion and reason are correct and reason is the correct explanation to assertion. That is option 2. Moving on to next question 106. What does it say? It says when the veinlets form a network of venation is when the veinlets form a network, the venation is termed as reticulate venation. When veins run parallel to each other within lamina, the venation is termed as parallel venation. So answer to this question is option number 3. It is a very simple direct statement from NCERT. And if it is confusing for you, I guess you should go and check your NCERT once again. Okay, moving on to question 107. What does it say? It says the term polyadelphous is related to. Polyadelphous means multiple. Okay, polyadelphous means multiple joined androecium, multiple joined stamens. So when multiple joined stamens are present in a flower, this flower is said to be polyadelphous, and this flower is seen in citrus. Okay, so this polyadelphous term is related to androecium. Okay, so answer to question 107 is option number 2. I hope it is clear to you. Moving on to question 108, what does it say? It says alternate phyllotaxy is found in. Alternate phyllotaxy means on a rachis, on a rachis from one point one leaf is arising, from another point another leaf is arising from another. So alternately leaves are arising from a point, means from one point only one leaf will arise, from next point only one leaf will arise, and these leaves will alternately arise from points. Okay, so the alternate phyllotaxy will be something like this. See, one leaf will be here, another will be here, another. So alternately from different points, leaves are arising from a common axis, and that is known as alternate phyllotaxy. Okay, and this kind of arrangement is seen in China rose, mustard, and sunflower. Okay, so answer to question 108 is option number 1. I hope it is clear to you. Moving on to question 109. What does it say? This is match the following. So you have to match column 1 with column 2. Understood? So we have these. So here we have subsidiary cells regulate the process of transpiration and gaseous exchange. Okay. So let us read what is A option. A is saying stomata, waxy, thick layer. Stomata. Okay, A is saying stomata. Okay. Stomata. What are the... Stomata regulates the process of transpiration and gaseous exchange. So stomata is an opening present in epidermis of leaves, and these openings regulate the transpiration, that is loss of water, and exchange of carbon dioxide and oxygen, that is gaseous exchange. So answer to question 4, option 4 is A. Okay. Moving on to option B, that is cuticle. What does cuticle say? Cuticle is covered with the wax. Cuticle is nothing but, yes, cuticle is nothing but covered with the waxy thick layer. So cuticle is a waxy thick layer. So B is 1. Okay. Now what does C say? C is trichomes. They are epidermal cells present on stem. So trichomes are epidermal cells, that is trichomes are hair-like structures which arise from the epidermis of the stem. Okay. So C is 3. Moving on to subsidiary cells. What are subsidiary cells? Subsidiary cells are specialized guard cells which are present outer to guard cells and help in nourishment of guard cells. So they will be something like this. I'll show you just a second. So D is 2. Okay, so see, this is stomatal opening. Here we will have guard cells. Outer to guard cells, we will have subsidiary cells. Okay, so these are guard cells. This is opening of stomata. This is subsidiary cells. Okay. So answer to question 109 is option 1. A4, B1, C3, D4. Sorry, C3, D2. Okay. Moving on to question 10. What does it say? It says, which of the following statement about dicotyledonous stem is incorrect? So we have following statements and we have to find incorrect one. Okay. So here we have highlighted incorrect for you to notice it properly. Okay. So that you do notice the incorrect properly and do not tend to find the correct statement. But NEET will not highlight incorrect for you. It will write incorrect normally only, and you will, under the pressure of exam, under pressure cooker situation, think that this was correct statement, and you'll think that you'll read the question, which of the following statement about dicotyledonous stem is incorrect. So you will read it properly only. But while reading the option, your brain will convert incorrect to correct, and you'll find correct statement and tick that question, tick that statement. And the question will become wrong even though you know the answer to the question. So that is why, apart from not, it is very important to read whether the question is asking a correct statement or an incorrect statement. Okay. So the options are: the cells arranged in multiple layers between epidermis and pericycle constitute cortex. Okay. Okay. So cells which are present between the epidermis and the pericycle are cortex. Yes, that's a pretty correct statement. That is indeed, cortex is indeed present between epidermis and pericycle. Okay. Correct statement. There are three subzones. Yeah, there are three subzones. Correct. Yeah, epidermis, cortex, pericycle. The hypodermis is outermost protective layer of the stem covered with thin layer of cuticle. This is wrong. The epidermis is the outermost protective layer of the stem, which is covered with cuticle, not the hypodermis. Okay, a large number of vascular bundles are arranged in ring. Yes, it is correct. In dicot stem, vascular bundles are arranged like ring. Okay. Okay, so in uh, dicot stem, the vascular bundles are arranged like ring, and in monocot stem, the vascular bundles are scattered. Okay, so answer to question 110 is option number 3. Okay, I hope it was clear to you. Moving on to question 111. Okay, 3 times 1 we have. It says, below are two given statements about cell division. Statement 1 is prophase, which is first stage of karyokinesis of mitosis, follows the S and G2 phase of interphase. Below are two given statements about cell division. Statement 1, prophase, which is the first stage of karyokinesis of mitosis, follows S and G2 phase of interphase. Yes, correct. Prophase is the first step of karyokinesis. Correct. And it is indeed followed by S and G2 phase of interphase. Yes, it is correct. How? Because in interphase, we have G1, S, G2. This is interphase. Followed by karyokinesis, which has prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. So this statement is correct. The statement 2 says prokaryotic cells are generally smaller and multiply more rapidly than eukaryotic cells. Yes, this statement is also correct. Prokaryotic cells are generally smaller. Okay, okay, that is correct. But do they multiply rapidly than eukaryotic cells? Yes, yes, because if they are small and they do not have a nuclear membrane, so nucleus is lying freely in the cytoplasm, it's easy for them to multiply. They do not have to perform very meticulous and proper steps to divide the cell. They can just randomly divide the cells. Okay, like bacteria, isn't it? Do bacteria divide? I'll give you an example. Bacteria divide faster than humans, right? That's why it's a correct statement. Okay. So statement 1 and 2 are correct, and answer is third option, which says both statements are correct. Okay. So this was very easy question. Believe me, your life is very easy now. Enjoy it. Read it with happiness. Once you enter MBBS, your life will be hell. It's all work, 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 and read, read, read. Okay. So coming to question 112, what does it say? It says within the cell, ribosomes are found not only in cytoplasm but also within two organelles. What are those? Yes, these are mitochondria and chloroplasts. And on, yes, ribosomes are also found on, yes, rough endoplasmic reticulum. So chloroplast, mitochondria, and rough RER. So option number 2 is 112. I don't want to give an explanation for this. Okay, that why are ribosomes found on RER? Because it has a function of protein synthesis. And chloroplast and mitochondria are semi-autonomous organs. That is the reason they have, yes, ribosomes. Okay. Again, we have matched the following type of question. Here, what it is saying, let us see. It is saying column, we have to match name of the scientist with what they did. Okay, so Stephen Hales, Ingenhouse, Von Moll, and Sark we have. Let us see. We have following options. Yes. So Stephen Hales, what did he do? See, you have to remember this. This is all बट्टीफाइंग रटा रटा thing, but remember it. Working memory में रखो, है ना? ऐसी चीजें एग्जाम से एक दिन पहले के लिए पढ़ने की रिवीजन के लिए रखो. ये चीजें एग्जाम के पहले देखनी होती हैं. इन्हें तभी देखो. अगर तुमने आज पढ़ा 10 बार और पढ़ा कोई फायदा नहीं है. एग्जाम से एक दिन पहले नहीं देखोगे तो ये याद नहीं आएगा. तो ये वर्किंग मेमोरी में होना चाहिए. ठीक है. सो दिस इज स्टीफन हेल्स. He discovered he discovered that air and light control the growth of the plant. What did he discover? He discovered that air and light control the growth of the plant. Okay. Ingenhouse, what did he discover? Importance of light and chlorophyll. Okay. Ingenhouse discovered importance of light and chlorophyll. Next is Von Moll. What did he discover? Von Moll discovered presence of chlorophyll in plants. Okay, and Sark discovered what are the the product of photosynthesis, final product of photosynthesis is nothing but starch. So answer to question 113 is option number 1. Okay. Moving on to question 114, what does it say? It says dark reactions of photosynthesis are actually not independent of light as they require the ATP and the NADP is synthesized from the light reaction to perform dark reaction, which is nothing but synthesis of starch. Okay. I hope it's clear to you. So answer to question 114 is answer to question 114 is they utilize products of light reaction which are nothing but NADPH and ATP. Okay, I hope this is also clear to you. Moving on to question 115. What does it say? It says identify. Yes, so what is 115 saying? 115 is saying identify the incorrect statement. We have to identify the incorrect statement. See, I have highlighted it for you. So among these, what are the incorrect statements? The incorrect statement, let us read. He conducted hybridization experiments. Yes, Mendel conducted hybridization experiments for 7 years from 1856 to 1863. Given correctly. And proposed the laws of inheritance for living organisms. Yes, correct. It was the first time that statistical analysis and mathematical logic was applied to biology. Yes, that is also correct. Unfortunately, his experiments had small sampling size, which gave less credibility to the data he collected. Okay, so what is fourth statement saying? The fourth statement is saying he investigated characters in garden pea that were manifested as two opposing traits. He investigated characters in garden peas that were manifested as two opposing traits, like height, which was height is a character which was manifested as tall and short. Okay, pea color was a character which was manifested as yellow and green. Pod color was a character which was manifested as green and yellow. Flower color, violet and white. Okay, so all these were characters investigated by Mendel, which has two opposing traits, and one trait was dominant and the other one was recessive. So this statement also appears to be correct. The sample size of the Mendel was not small, it was large enough to give a proper data on the basis of which he proposed laws of inheritance. Okay, he was able to propose laws of inheritance because the sample size was large and not small. Okay, so I think the third option is the correct answer to question number 115 in this PDF. Oh, I'm sorry. In this PDF, it is written as in this talk, it is given option 4. Let me correct it for you. Yes, option number 3 is the correct answer. Okay, I hope that's clear to you and there's no confusion. If there is, put it in comments. I'm happy to clear them. Okay. And moving on to question 116, let us see what does it say. It says which of the following. Yes, it says which of the following is true for recessive disease in family A and B. Okay. So in family A, both parents are homozygous and recessive. In family A, both parents are homozygous and recessive. Okay, so let us see. A, homozygous and recessive. So it has to be having dominant allele for it to be affected by a disease. Okay. So if both parents are homozygous and recessive, these children, see, these two parents, if they are homozygous and recessive, means they are small a. That means that means that the disease is not recessive and it cannot be carried by small a allele. Okay, so it is carried by large A. That is capital A. So the children, this and this child, they must have capital A because they are suffering from the disease. Now, if the parents are small a, how can child be having capital A? Child cannot have capital A, right? So this statement is incorrect. In family A, both parents are not homozygous recessive. In family B, both parents are homozygous dominant. Okay, so homozygous and dominant, that means capital A, capital A, capital A, capital A. So both of them are affected and both of them are homozygous dominant. That means the disease is also a dominant and is carried by dominant allele, that is capital A. So these children will receive this, but it is ineffective. This child is unaffected. This means that it has to have a small a, recessive alleles. But because both parents are homozygous and dominant, this child cannot have small a. That means this statement is incorrect. Okay, so option statement 2 is also incorrect. Moving on to statement 3, what does it say? In family B, both parents are heterozygous. Okay, so both parents are heterozygous, means capital A, small a, capital A, small a. So this will be capital A. Let us see, capital A, small a, capital A, small a. What do we get? We get capital A here. Here we get small a. Here we get capital A, small a. We get capital. What do we get? Capital A, capital A. Okay, this and this capital A, small a, this and this capital A, small a, this and this small a, small a. So we get one capital A, two capital A, small a, and one small a, small a. Okay. So we are getting that out of 4 children, 3 will be affected because all of this is having dominant allele and 1 will be unaffected. Yes, this can be correct. Okay, let us see next. In a family A, both parents are heterozygous recessive. Okay, heterozygous recessive. Okay, okay. Okay. 1 second. This is saying it is heterozygous recessive. That means, this means that yes, this means that this is correct. If both parents are heterozygous, yes, these parents are heterozygous and this will be the genotype of the progeny. But they are saying that it is recessive. It means that the small a allele is carrying the disease. Okay, so if small a is carrying the disease, all of these should be normal and only one child should be affected. But this is wrong, right? This is wrong. So even statement third is wrong. Now, what is statement 4 saying? It is saying that in family A, both parents are homozygous. Just a second. In family A, both parents are homozygous. Both parents are homozygous and both parents are heterozygous and recessive. Again, okay, so they are saying both parents are heterozygous and recessive in family A. Okay, let us see. So again, we have capital A, small a, capital A, small a. So here allele will be capital A, small a, capital A, small a. Okay, so now if we cross, it will be capital A, this and this and this, capital A, small a, this and this, capital A, small a, this and this, small a, small a. Okay, understood. So it's like this. Capital A, capital A, capital A, small a, capital A, small a, small a, small a. Okay, clear? So because it is, I'm sorry. It is heterozygous recessive, means the recessive allele is carrying the trait. And dominant, so whoever is having a dominant allele, they will be normal and only one child will be affected. Whoever is having two recessive alleles. Okay, so maximum progeny will be normal, only 10 to 20% of the progeny will be affected. So see, maximum is normal, 3 are normal, only 2 are affected. So yes, so answer to this question is option number 4. This was a little complicated question, I agree. But if you can do it, it's great. If you can't also, it's not a problem because there are multiple easy questions which you should do. Okay. So question 117, what does it say? So this is question 117, what does it say? It says replication and transcription are easy to conceptualize on the basis of complementarity. Yes, correct. So complementarity means A will pair with adenine, will pair with thymine, and guanine will pair with cytosine. And on the basis of this, we can easily understand what is replication and what is transcription. Correct answer. During these processes, nucleic acid was copied to form another nucleic acid on the basis of complementarity. Yes. When during the DNA replication, we see that new DNA strand is synthesized based on complementarity, right? If the parent is having adenine, the daughter will have thymine. On the basis of complementarity, only the new DNA strand is synthesized in DNA replication. So this is also correct statement. It means that both assertion and reason are true. Okay, and assertion is correctly explaining. Assertion is correctly explaining that why complementarity is the basis based on which replication is conceptualized. Because based on complementarity only new strand is copied from the parent. Okay, so both A and R are true and R is the correct explanation to A. Okay, so now what? Yes, what it is what this is central dogma. Do you remember what is this? This is A is replication, B is transcription, C is translation. Okay, so let us see. A is replication, B is transcription, and C is translation. So replication, James Watson, Francis Crick, no, Erwin Chargaff, Morris Wilkins, transcription. C, B is transcription. So this is wrong. This is wrong. We are left with 1 and 4. C is translation. See, so now we are confused between Francis Crick and the translation and Morris Wilkins. So we should find, now we should know replication of DNA is associated with whom? Whether it is associated with Francis Crick or is it associated with Morris Wilkins? Yes. So yes. So answer to this question is Francis Crick. Okay, replication of the DNA is not associated with Morris Wilkins. It is associated with Francis Crick because Francis Crick and James Watson, okay, are the scientists who discovered the structure of DNA. Okay. And they also contributed to understanding how DNA replicates. Moving on to question 119, what does it say? In the following, in each set, a conservation approach and an example of a method of conservation are given. In situ is biosphere reserve, ex situ is sacred groove. Sacred groove, in situ seed bank, wrong. This is wrong. Seed bank is ex situ, cryopreservation. Ex situ, yes, it's a correct statement. Yes, so is cryopreservation ex situ? Yes. Okay, correct. In situ conservation, biosphere reserve. In situ conservation, biosphere reserve is correct. Now, sacred grooves are in situ, not ex situ. So, this is also incorrect. So, A and D are correct option. Answer is second option. Okay. How many of the given statements will be true regarding the graph showing species area relationship? Okay, so this is species richness, this is area, this is showing species area relationship. And how many of these statements are true regarding this graph? They're asked. Okay, so let us see. Within the region, species richness decreases with increasing. So we have 6 statements. Okay, we have 6 statements. What is saying? Within a region, species richness decreases with increasing explored area. This statement is false. Okay, within the region, species richness increasing with exploring. Species richness increases with exploring more area. So decrease is wrong. So the statement is wrong. Okay, what does statement 2 say? It says the rectangular hyperbola represents the relationship between species richness and the area for angiosperm plants, birds, bats, freshwater fishes, for example. So this statement is true. Okay, this area under the graph, this area, so this hyperbola is representing, see this here, hyperbola is representing the relationship between species richness and the area which is occupied by angiosperm plants, birds, bats, freshwater fishes. Okay, understood. So this statement is correct. Z represents the regression coefficient or slope of the line. This statement is also true. See, Z means this. See, this is y is equal to c plus mx. Do you know फिजिक्स में ये इक्वेशन पढ़ाते हैं जब when we read types of graph ना, तो एक हमारे ऐसा जो ग्राफ होता है उसकी इक्वेशन होती है y is equal to c plus mx. c plus mx. So ये जो m होता है, ये m होता है, ये m जो होता है वो स्लोप ऑफ द ग्राफ होता है जो z रिप्रेजेंट कर रहा है यहाँ पे c. तो यहाँ पे log s जो है वो y एक्सिस पे है, वो क्या है? स्पीशीज रिचनेस. log c क्या है? इंटरसेप्ट है, वो यहाँ पे है. ठीक है, एक मिनट मैं इसको क्लियर कर देती हूँ. सो इस रेड कलर के ग्राफ के लिए वी हैव बेसिक इक्वेशन विच इज y इज इक्वल टू c प्लस mx. Okay, so what is y? Y is log s. What is c? C is log c. Okay, this is z log a. तो ये जो log s है ये y होता है. ठीक है, ये log c है, y होता है. मतलब ये क्या है? स्पीशीज रिचनेस. जो log c है वो यहाँ पे होता है. ये क्या है? इंटरसेप्ट है. z क्या है? स्लोप है. z स्लोप है. इसको हम क्या बोलते हैं? m बोलते हैं. एंड व्हाट इज दिस? दिस इज log a which is area. Okay, so z is representing regression slope correction. Okay, regression coefficient or slope of line is correct option. The value of z lies in the range of 0.1 to 0.2 regardless of the taxonomic group or the region. Okay, so this is also true. The value of the z, that is slope of this line on species area relationship, always ranges between 0.1 and 0.2. This is also true statement. Okay. Statement 1 was wrong. What does statement 5 say? It says for frugivorous birds and mammals in tropical forests of different continents, the slope, that is the z value, is found to be the Z value is found to be 1.5. So this you have to remember. Okay. This statement is also true, it seems. This statement is also true, it seems. Now, what is statement 6 saying? It is saying if species area relationship is analyzed for, just a second. Yes, if species area relationship is analyzed for very large areas, slope of the line is much steeper and the value ranges between 0.6 to 1.2. Yes, this is also correct statement. See, if you increase A here, okay, the Z value will become more steep, means this line will become like this. Okay. Understood, because A keeps on increasing, right? Abhi dekho, A is this. If you increase A, let me clear it for you. See, currently A is here. If you increase A, that is keep it here, then line will be like this. If you increase A and keep it here, line will be like this. So, on increasing the value of A, the slope of the line increases. Okay. Understood. So, leaving only statement 1 is incorrect. All the other statements are correct. So we have 6 statements, out of which 1 is incorrect. So 5 statements are correct, and this is third option is the correct answer. This is a very, 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 very very good question. And all of this is buttifying. You should remember that the Z value becomes steep if we increase the value of area in species area relationship. You should know that for the frugivorous birds and mammals, the Z value is 1.5. You should know that the Z value lies between 0.1 and 0.2 regardless. You should also know that Z is the slope. And you should also know that the hyperbola represents the relationship between species richness and the area. Okay. Now, answer to question 121 is Linnaeus is credited with, yes, binomial nomenclature. What is Linnaeus gave? What did Linnaeus give? Linnaeus gave binomial nomenclature. So, answer to question 121 is option 1. It is very clear and very easy question. What is 122 saying? Again, assertion reason. It is saying enzymes lower the activation energy. Yes, it's a correct statement. Enzymes lower the activation energy. Yes, it's a correct statement. That is why enzymes lower the activation energy. What is activation energy? Energy required to start the reaction. So because enzymes lower the activation energy, the reaction starts faster and quicker. Okay. Now, a substrate molecule can be acted upon by a particular enzyme. Yes, a enzyme can act on substrate, increase the rate of reaction, and convert it to enzyme lower the enzymes increase the rate of reacts on the enzymes bind to the substrate, act on the rate of increase the rate of reaction and convert it to product. This is also correct. Yes, so both assertion and reason are true. Both assertion and reason are true, and reason is not explaining correctly that why enzymes lower the activation. R is not the correct explanation to it. Okay. Question 123. What does it say? It says this structure is of which amino acid? Your biomolecules chapter you should open and see. This structure is of glycine. Okay, because structure is of glycine. Because CH2. So this is every amino acid will have this. This is the only one here. What group is lying here will determine what is the structure. Okay. So this is clear, I hope. Now this is, let us see this question. What does it say? During mitosis, endoplasmic ER and nucleus begin to disappear during early prophase. Okay. प्रोफेज स्टार्ट होते ही ईआर, न्यूक्लियर मेम्ब्रेन, न्यूक्लियोलस सारे ऑर्गेनेल्स डिसअपियर होना शुरू हो जाते हैं बिकॉज अब न्यूक्लियस डिवाइड होगा. ओके, सो नाउ 125 स्पिंडल फाइबर्स अटैच ऑन काइनेटो spindle fibers attach on where they attach on kinetochore of the chromosome. Option number 4. Okay. Total number of ATP molecules produced during aerobic respiration are 38. See, even for after 5.5 years of writing NEET 2019, I still remember that aerobic respiration, that is a Krebs cycle. After performing glycolysis, then your oxidative phosphorylation, and then your Krebs cycle, 38 molecules of ATP are produced. Okay, so option 4 is the correct answer to question 126. Moving on to question 127, what does it say? In alcoholic fermentation, the sucrose molecule is converted to glucose and fructose. In alcoholic fermentation, the sucrose molecule is converted to glucose and fructose. Okay, we'll see. In alcoholic fermentation, the sucrose is not converted to glucose and fructose at all. Okay, it's not converted to glucose and fructose. In alcoholic fermentation is aerobic. No, it's anaerobic. And alcoholic fermentation, sucrose is converted to glucose and fructose. No. Converted to lactic acid. Sorry, ethanol plus carbon dioxide. Alcoholic fermentation is an anaerobic process, okay, and is brought about by alcoholic dehydrogenase. So both A and R are false, and R is the obviously incorrect explanation too. In alcoholic fermentation, the sucrose is converted to ethanol and carbon dioxide, and it is not converted to glucose or fructose, and it is an anaerobic process, that is, it occurs only in absence of oxygen, and it is the process which is occurring under the enzyme alcohol dehydrogenase and not zymase. Okay, so both A and R are incorrect. Coconut milk factor is, what is coconut milk factor? What do we find in coconut milk factor? Cytokinins are present in coconut milk factor. Okay, so cytokinin was first discovered in coconut milk. That is why I guess it is known as coconut milk factor. See. Okay. I hope it's clear to you. Moving on to question 129. What does it say? 6-furfuryl aminopurine, 2-dichlorophenoxyacetic acid, and indole-3 acetic acid are examples of kinetin, which is also known as cytokinin, synthetic auxin, and natural auxin. Okay. So this is little out of NCERT question, and I hope you note it down in your notebook because might be asked in your NEET examination. You never know. Okay. Question 130. Persistent nucleus in black pepper is known as perisperm. Okay. Persistent nucleus in black pepper is known as what? Perisperm. Okay. A typical angiospermic anther is bilobed. It's bilobed. Yes. Typical angiospermic anther is bilobed tetrasporangiate. There are 4 sporangia. See like this. There are 4 sporangia. These are 2 lobes. This is 1 sporangium. This is another sporangium. So there are 4 sporangia and 2 lobes. Bilobe tetrasporangiate. Which of the following is not used as biofertilizer? Yeast. See, cyanobacteria, that is Nostac and Anabaena. Nitrogen fixed bacteria, symbiotic bacteria, and free living bacteria can all be used as biofertilizer, but yeast is a fungi, cannot be used. So answer to this question is only B, option number 3. Okay, 134. भाई क्या बोल रहा है ये क्वेश्चन? ये क्या कह रहा है? माइक्रोब्स कंज्यूम मेजर पार्ट ऑफ ऑर्गेनिक मैटर इन द एफ्लुएंट. एफ्लुएंट क्या होता है? एफ्लुएंट इज नथिंग बट सुपरनेटेंट. जो प्राइमरी ट्रीटमेंट प्लांट में जो ऊपर ऐसे तैर रहा होता है ना, कई चीजें नीचे सेटल डाउन हो जाती है, उनको क्या बोलते हैं? प्राइमरी स्लज बोलते हैं. ऊपर कई चीजें तैर रही होती है, इनको क्या बोलते हैं? सुपरनेटेंट बोलते हैं. और ये इसको हमने क्या नाम दिया हुआ है, एफ्लुएंट नाम दिया हुआ है। ठीक है, तो ये क्या बोल रहा है, माइक्रोब्स जो है मेजर पार्ट इस एफ्लुएंट का कंज्यूम कर लेते हैं एंड रिड्यूस व्हाट, तो बिकॉज माइक्रोब्स मेजर पार्ट इस एफ्लुएंट का कंज्यूम कर लेते हैं। देखो मैं सिंपल टर्म्स में बताती हूँ क्या होता है। ये प्राइमरी ट्रीटमेंट प्लांट है, इसमें बहुत सारा मैटर ऐसे ऊपर फ्लोट होता है और बहुत सारा मैटर ऐसे नीचे सेटल डाउन हो जाता है। तो जो नीचे सेटल डाउन हो गया है इसको हम बोलते हैं प्राइमरी स्लज। ओके, और जो ऐसे ऊपर तैर रहा है इसको सुपरनेटेंट बोलते हैं या फिर हम बोलते हैं इसको एफ्लुएंट। और ये एफ्लुएंट हम लेके जाते हैं हमारे सेकेंडरी टैंक में। सेकेंडरी टैंक में होते हैं फ्लॉक्स विच आर गुड बैक्टीरिया, एरोबिक गुड एरोबिक बैक्टीरिया। ये जो फ्लोक्स हैं, ये सीवेज का क्या बायोकेमिकल ऑक्सीजन डिमांड बॉड डिक्रीज। बायोकेमिकल ऑक्सीजन डिमांड क्या होता है, अमाउंट ऑफ ऑक्सीजन रिक्वायर्ड टू रिड्यूस द ऑर्गेनिक मटेरियल प्रेजेंट इन एफ्लुएंट। ठीक है, तो जो ये बैक्टीरिया जो होते हैं वो जो ऑर्गेनिक मैटर को खा लेते हैं एफ्लुएंट से, वो क्या रिड्यूस कर देते हैं, वो बायोकेमिकल ऑक्सीजन डिमांड रिड्यूस करते हैं। ठीक है, सो बीओडी ऑल्सो। हाँ, माई रिजल्ट केम यस्टरडे और इट वॉज अ वेरी स्ट्रेसफुल डे। तो रिजल्ट वाला दिन बड़ा स्ट्रेसफुल होता है, पर एग्जाम से पहले ही रिजल्ट की टेंशन मत लिया करो। एक और मैं चीज बता रही हूँ, तुमसे जितना हो उतना करो, पहले करो तो सही, रिजल्ट तो बाद में आता रहता है ना। टेंशन मत लो, जो होना होता है वो होके रहता है। हम चाहते कुछ हैं, हो और हैं, होता कुछ और है। ना सोचो, कोई मतलब नहीं है। ठीक है, तो थोड़ा चिल मारो, रिलैक्स करो, आराम से पढ़ो, खुला रखो दिमाग। ठीक है, क्वेश्चन को आंखें खोल के और दिमाग खोल के और कभी कभार कान खोल के भी पढ़ो। तो coming to question 134, brood parasitism is found in birds. Yes, it is found in birds. Correct answer. Brood parasitism मतलब भाई पेरेंट के बॉडी के ऊपर एक पाउच होता है जिसमें वो अपना बच्चा रख के घूमती है हर जगह, माँ। ओके, अब वो किस में फाउंड होता है, ये बर्ड्स में फाउंड होता है। कैंगरू में तो देखा ही होगा, ऐसे बच्चा यहाँ पे चिपका के घूमती रहती है। सो दैट इज नथिंग बट ब्रूड पैरासाइटिज्म। ओके, द चाइल्ड इज अ पैरासाइट ऑन अ मदर्स बॉडी इन इट्स ब्रूड। ओके, सो 135 ये क्या बोल रहा है भाई, ट्रू स्टेटमेंट ढूंढो। तो पिरामिड ऑफ एनर्जी, तो अभी नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन पे जाएंगे। ये क्या बोल रहा है विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग स्टेटमेंट्स आर ट्रू। सो पिरामिड ऑफ एनर्जी इज ऑलवेज अपराइट, करेक्ट, ये करेक्ट है। गिवन स्पीशीज में ऑक्यूपाई मोर देन वन ट्रॉफिक लेवल इन अ सेम इकोसिस्टम एट सेम टाइम। हाँ, ये करेक्ट है, एक ही इकोसिस्टम में एक ही टाइम पे एक स्पीशीज एक से ज्यादा लेवल अप्लाई ऑक्यूपाई कर सकता है, ये भी करेक्ट है। पिरामिड ऑफ बायोमास इन सी इज इन्वर्टेड। हाँ, सी में पिरामिड ऑफ बायोमास इन्वर्टेड होता है बिकॉज बायोमास ऑफ फिश इज मोर देन बायोमास ऑफ, जो फिश का बायोमास है वो मोर देन बायोमास ऑफ फाइटोप्लैंक्टन्स। तो फाइटोप्लैंक्टन्स का गलत होता है। ओके, the changes in environment that lead to near equilibrium in a community is called pioneer community. No, pioneer community वो होती है जो एक बेयर लैंड पे सबसे पहले इन्वेजन करती है। सो ऑन अ बेयर लैंड, the community which invades first is pioneer community and not the community and not this. The changes in environment that lead to near equilibrium are not pioneer community. Blunder है ये। तो फोर्थ ऑप्शन इज इनकरेक्ट, फोर्थ स्टेटमेंट इज इनकरेक्ट। सो ए बी सी करेक्ट है। सो आंसर टू दिस क्वेश्चन इज ऑप्शन नंबर 2। ठीक है, तो मतलब आई होप तुम्हारे लिए ये क्लियर है। मूविंग टू क्वेश्चन 136, ये क्या बोल रहा है, वे बोल रहा है विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग इज इनकरेक्ट अबाउट सेक्सुअल साइकिल ऑफ फंगाई। ओके, तो फंगाई के क्या क्या सेक्सुअल साइकिल होते हैं। प्लास्मोगमी इज द फर्स्ट स्टेज ऑफ सेक्सुअल साइकिल इन फंगाई। ओके, मतलब आई दिस इज करेक्ट ओनली। देर आर 4 स्टेप्स इन्वॉल्व। नो नो, देर आर नो 4 स्टेप्स नहीं होते हैं, 4 स्टेप्स नहीं होते हैं, 3 स्टेप्स होते हैं। ठीक है, 3 स्टेप्स होते हैं फंगाई की सेक्सुअल साइकिल में। मियोसिस एंड जाइगोट रिजल्ट्स इन हैप्लॉइड सोर्स। हाँ, तो जाइगोट का मियोसिस हो जाता है और हैप्लॉइड स्पोर बनते हैं, ये करेक्ट है। फ्यूजन ऑफ टू न्यूक्लियाई अकर्स, हाँ न्यूक्लियाई में फ्यूजन ऑफ टू सॉरी सेक्सुअल साइकिल में फ्यूजन ऑफ टू न्यूक्लियाई अकर होता है, इसीलिए ही हम इसको क्या बोलते हैं, सेक्सुअल साइकिल बोलते हैं, क्योंकि दो न्यूक्लियाई फ्यूज हो रहे हैं इसीलिए हम इसको सेक्सुअल साइकिल बोलते हैं। तो इसमें फर्स्ट स्टेप क्या होता है भाई, फर्स्ट स्टेप हमारा होता है इसके अंदर प्लास्मोगमी। ठीक है, इसमें 3 स्टेप्स होते हैं, बोला था ना, पहला वाला प्लास्मोगमी होता है, दूसरा वाला कैरियोगेमी होता है, कैरियोगेमी मतलब फ्यूजन ऑफ न्यूक्लियाई, और तीसरा वाला क्या होता है, जाइगोट में मियोसिस। Okay, so answer to this question is option number 2. 137. What does it say? Assertion and reason. Assertion क्या बोल रहा है? Brown algae members of phyophyceae exhibit variation in color from olive green to various shades of brown. हाँ भाई, एक करेक्ट है ये। ब्राउन algae जो है वो ऑलिव ग्रीन से various shades of brown appear करती है because of the variation, because of the pigment it has. What is the pigment in phyophyceae? Chlorophyll A, chlorophyll C and fucoxanthin. ठीक है, A, C, chlorophyll and fucoxanthin. The color variation in brown algae is influenced by the amount of xanthophyll pigment fucoxanthin present in them. हाँ भाई करेक्ट है, करेक्ट। The correction is directly linked to the fucoxanthin. So A and R are true and R is the correct explanation to A. So option number 4 is the correct answer. Moving to question 138. What does it say? It says the members of rhodophyceae are commonly called red algae because of predominance of R farcoerythrin. Option number 2 is the correct answer. 139. What does it say? A flower is a modified shoot wherein the shoot changes to that. Okay, wherein the axillary bud changes to terminal bud? No. Internal changes to node? Okay, yes. Internode मतलब नोड के बीच का जो पार्ट होता है ना, उसको इंटरनोड बोलते हैं। मतलब देखो ऐसे, एक सेकेंड, देखो ये स्टेम है, इसमें ऐसे ऐसे ये सारे नोड्स होते हैं। ठीक है, नोड्स होते हैं, और ये जो बीच का पार्ट होता है ना, ये इंटरनोड होता है। ओके, सो एक फूल में ये जो इंटरनोड होता है ये नोड में कन्वर्ट हो जाता है। तो फ्लावर इज अ मॉडिफाइड शूट वेयर अपिकल मेरिस्टम कन्वर्ट्स टू फ्लोरल मेरिस्टम इज द करेक्ट आंसर। ठीक है, ये नोड स्टिप्यूल पीट्यूल भूल जाओ तुम, कुछ नहीं है, डायरेक्ट एनसीईआरटी स्टेटमेंट है। हाँ 140 क्या बोल रहा है भैया, 140 बोल रहा है जाइगोमॉर्फिक फ्लावर किसमें होता है। जाइगोमॉर्फिक फ्लावर क्या है? जाइगोमॉर्फिक फ्लावर मतलब बाइलेटरल सिमेट्रिकल फ्लावर, मतलब फ्लावर कैन बी डिवाइडेड इनटू टू इक्वल हाफ्स ओनली इन वन प्लेन। तो इसका आंसर क्या है? देखो गुलमोहर और केशिया आर जाइगोम, बाकी ये चिल्ली दतुरा मस्टर्ड सारे एक्टिनोमॉर्फिक होते हैं। तो आंसर इज बी एंड सी, ऑप्शन नंबर। ठीक है, क्वेश्चन 141 ये क्या बोल रहा है? असर्शन और रीजन। देखो इस ये क्वेश्चन पेपर थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट है, बट तुम्हारी प्रैक्टिस होगी, जो गलत कर रहे हो वो अपनी मिस्टेक्स बुक अगर तुमने बनाई है उसमें लिखो। ठीक है, नीट से पहले पढ़ के जाना। वेस्कुलर बंडल्स इन मोनोकॉट स्टेम लैक केम्बियम। यस, देखो मोनोकॉट में सेकेंडरी ग्रोथ नहीं होता है, इसीलिए इसमें केम्बियम भी हो ही नहीं सकती, तो ये करेक्ट है। मोनोकॉट स्टेम्स हैव क्लोज्ड वेस्कुलर बंडल्स व्हिच डू नॉट पोजेस केम्बियम, भी करेक्ट है। सो ऑप्शन बोथ करेक्ट है भाई, मोनोकॉट स्टेम में क्लोज वेस्कुलर बंडल्स होते हैं बिकॉज उसमें केम्बियम नहीं होती है। सो बोथ असर्शन एंड रीजन आर ट्रू, बट रीजन इज नॉट। देखो ये बोल रहा है मोनोकॉट स्टेम में कैम्बियम नहीं होती है, क्यों नहीं होती है? क्योंकि इसमें सेकेंडरी ग्रोथ नहीं होता है। बट क्या रीजन में इसने ये बोला? नहीं बोला, तो ए एंड आर आर ट्रू एंड आर इज नॉट द करेक्ट एक्सप्लेनेशन टू ए। ठीक है, आई होप इट्स क्लियर। क्वेश्चन 142 को अगर हम देखते हैं तो क्या आएगा? वी हैव टू मैच द, भाई कौन सी, ये जो है दीज आर डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ प्लास्टिक्स, और इसमें कौन सा मटेरियल स्टोर होता है वो हमको इससे मैच करना है। ठीक है, समझ रहे हो आप? तो अमाइलोप्लास्ट है, एल्यूरोप्लास्ट है, एलियोप्लास्ट है, क्रोमोप्लास्ट है। तो जो अमाइलोप्लास्ट होता है, जो नीचे से स्टार्ट करते हैं। जो एलियोप्लास्ट होता है हमारा, सॉरी क्रोमोप्लास्ट होता है, ये क्या करता है, ये हमारा पिगमेंट्स, कलर्ड फैट सोल्यूबल कलर्ड पिगमेंट स्टोर करता है। ठीक है, सो डी का 1 है, तो ये और ये तो रूल आउट हो ही गए। ठीक है, फिर जो हमारा एलियोपास्ट होता है वो फैट और ऑयल स्टोर करता है, तो सी का क्या है हमारा, सी का 4 है, तो ये भी रूल आउट हो गया। तो हमारे को 2 आते हैं, हमारा आंसर पहले ही आ चुका है, चाहे फिर हमको वो आगे के आते हो ना आते हो। तो देखो ऐसे एलिमिनेशन टेक्निक से एमसीक्यू सॉल्व किया जाता है। देखो अभी मेरे को भी अगर आंसर याद नहीं है तो भी मेरे को अगर 2 पता है तो मैं ये सॉल्व कर सकती हूँ। ठीक है, एल्यूरोप्लास्ट क्या प्रोटीन स्टोर करता है, तो ये बी है, ये ए है, तो A2B3 C4D1 सेकेंड ऑप्शन करेक्ट आंसर। ठीक है, which of the following cell organelle is responsible for extracting energy from carbohydrate to ATP। मतलब इससे ज्यादा आसान क्वेश्चन मैंने अपनी पूरी जिंदगी में नहीं देखा। इसने लिटरली ये पूछ लिया कि पावर हाउस माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया पावर हाउस ऑफ सेल है, जो हम इतना पढ़ते हैं उस पे क्वेश्चन आ गया, है ना। अभी नेक्स्ट क्या पूछ रही है, करेक्ट स्टेटमेंट बताओ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स की इन लाइट रिएक्शन। सो लाइट रिएक्शन में कहाँ से चालू होता है लाइट रिएक्शन, याद करो कहाँ से चालू होता है भाई अपना लाइट रिएक्शन। अपना लाइट रिएक्शन चालू होता है PS2 से। सो PS2 से हमारा जो इलेक्ट्रॉन्स हैं वो प्लास्टोक्विनोन, प्लास्टोक्विनोन इंडीड इज अ पार्ट ऑफ PS2 ओनली। ठीक है, फिर यहाँ से ये जाता है साइटोक्रोम B6F के पास, अगर याद हो तो। फिर यहाँ से ये PS2 के पास जाता है जहाँ पे वाटर स्प्लिटिंग होती है। एक सेकेंड मैं अच्छे से दिखाऊंगी। देखो सबसे पहले जो इलेक्ट्रॉन होता है, इलेक्ट्रॉन होता है, ये रिलीज होता है वाटर स्प्लिटिंग से। और वाटर स्प्लिटिंग कहाँ होती है, PS2 में होती है ना। तो मतलब मतलब लाइट रिएक्शन PS2 में स्टार्ट हो रहा है। ठीक है, तो अभी क्या होगा, अपना जो PS2 है ना, ना जो पी एक सेकेंड, ना जो PS2 है ना, इसमें लाइट आएगी। PS2 का क्लोरोफिल इस लाइट को कैप्चर करेगा। ठीक है, और आफ्टर कैप्चरिंग लाइट ये वाटर को स्प्लिट करेगा। बिकॉज जो वाटर स्प्लिटिंग है ये लाइट के प्रेजेंस में होती है, तो बिकॉज वाटर स्प्लिटिंग लाइट के प्रेजेंस में होती है इसीलिए इस वाटर स्प्लिटिंग को हम फोटोलिसिस बोलते हैं। व्हाट डू वी कॉल इट, वी कॉल इट फोटोलिसिस। ओके, सो PS2 का जो क्लोरोप्लास्ट होता है इट कैप्चर्स लाइट, and after capturing light the light splits water into H plus ions, OH ions and electrons। और ये जो इलेक्ट्रॉन्स होते हैं ये PS2 से कहाँ जाते हैं, प्लास्टोक्विनोन के पास जाते हैं। ठीक है, प्लास्टोक्विनोन के पास जाते हैं, ये मोबाइल इलेक्ट्रॉन कैरियर है। फिर प्लास्टोक्विनोन से ये जाते हैं साइटोक्रोम B6F के पास, ये भी एक इलेक्ट्रॉन कैरियर है। और फिर B6F के पास से ये जाते हैं फोटो सिस्टम 1 में, और फोटो सिस्टम 1 से फाइनली ये फेरिडॉक्सिन के पास रीच हो जाता है। फाइनली कहाँ रीच हो जाते हैं ये लोग, फेरिडॉक्सिन के पास जो टर्मिनल इलेक्ट्रॉन एक्सेप्टर है। ठीक है, और इसके बाद ये इलेक्ट्रॉन जाके फाइनली ATP और NADPH सिंथेसाइज करवाते हैं। तो करेक्ट सीक्वेंस क्या है हमारा, 1 है। ये तुम्हारी NCERT में एक डायग्राम है, उसको अगर ऐसे देख लो तुम ढंग से, केमिया ऑस्मोटिक हाइपोथेसिस के अंदर एक ऐसा ऐसा डायग्राम है, उसको थोड़ा ढंग से देख लो तो ये तो तुम्हें आ जाएगा बड़े आसानी से क्वेश्चन। तो 145 क्या बोल रहा है, आइडेंटिफाई द इनकरेक्ट स्टेटमेंट। तो यहाँ पे हमें फिर से इनकरेक्ट स्टेटमेंट आइडेंटिफाई करनी है। ठीक है, टॉल प्लांट प्रोड्यूस गेमेट्स बाय मियोसिस एंड, अरे नहीं नहीं, दोनों, चाहे टॉल हो चाहे ड्वार्फ हो, प्लांट में गमीट मियोसिस से प्रोड्यूस होता है, तो ये गलत स्टेटमेंट है। ओनली वन अलील इज ट्रांसमिटेड टू अ गमीट, हाँ भाई गमीट के पास जीन का एक ही अलील होता है, करेक्ट। द सेग्रीगेशन ऑफ अलील इज द रैंडम प्रोसेस ऑफ सेग्रीगेशन, यस। Gametes will always have always be pure for a trait. But why are gametes pure for a trait? Because they always have one allele. Okay, and that allele is always coding for only one trait. So they are very pure, you know, in biased नहीं है, दो allele नहीं है इनके पास, कोई bias नहीं है, एक ही allele है, एक ही trait कोड करता है, वो बहुत प्योर होते हैं अपने alleles. So answer is option 1, incorrect. ठीक है. 146. If both parents are carrier for thalassemia, which is an autosomal disorder, what are the chances of pregnancy resulting in an affected child? तो देखो हम both, जो थैलेसीमिया है वो ऑटोसोमल रिसेसिव है, ठीक है, वो बोल रहे हैं कि दोनों कैरियर्स है. तो लेट अस सी एच जो अपना एच है वो नॉर्मल अलील है, और जो अपना एच टी है वो थैलेसेमिक अलील है, और दोनों, ये फीमेल है ये मेल है, और दोनों कैरियर्स है. ठीक है, तो अगर हम इसके अलील्स डिवाइड करेंगे तो हमारे पास आएगा एच टी एच. ओके, अगर अब इसको हम क्रॉस करते हैं तो हमारे पास आएगा एच एच टी एच एच टी एच टी एच टी एच एच टी एच. तो मतलब थैलेसीमिया ऑटोसोमल रिसेसिव है, इसका मतलब फॉर अ चाइल्ड टू बी affected by thalassemia both of them should have HT. तो out of these four only one child can have HT. So it is 1/4 into 100, which is 25%. So option number 1 is the correct answer to question 146. ठीक है. 147 क्या बोल रही है देखते हैं. मैच द फॉलोइंग है, अमाइनो एसिड है. भाई क्या बोल रहा है ये. हाँ. तो ये 1.9 billion is the estimated cost of project of what human genome project. तो ये क्या है, ह्यूमन जीनोम प्रोजेक्ट के बारे में है, और इसकी कॉस्ट कितनी होती है 1.9 बिलियन. सो ये 3 जो है वो ए है, ये ए है. ठीक है. 2.3 बिलियन टू 2.3 बिलियन टू ये क्या है, it is chemical base pairs that make up the 2.3 billion pairs make up the DNA. So B is 4. Okay. And 3,300 or 3,300 books are required. 3,300 books are required to store the genetic information of one single cell's DNA. So C is 2 and 4.3 cost of sequencing per base pair in US dollar is the 4.3. So this is B. So we have A3, B4, C2, D1, second option. Okay. 148. The association of histones with nucleosome occurs because of H1, if you remember the great H1. Yes, because of H1. Because DNA is positive charged and histones are negative charged. Okay, we'll see. DNA both positively charged, do not know. Because DNA is negative charge, yes, and histones are positive charge, yes. Histones are positively charged amino acids, always remember. And DNA is negative charge due to what? Our dear phosphate backbone. Okay. 149. What does it say? Which of the following RNA should be most abundant in animal cells? Should be. भाई should be तो बहुत कुछ होता है, but which of the following RNA is most abundant? rRNA is the most abundant. कहाँ पे होता है भाई, ये न्यूक्लियोसोम में होता है. और क्या करता है ये, बताओ क्या करता है. वहां पे सिंथेसाइज होता है, तो अपना न्यूक्लियोसोम है जो न्यूक्लियोसोम है वो आरआरएनए सिंथेसाइज करता है। क्वेश्चन 150, विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग इज करेक्टली मैच्ड? एरेनकाइमा, अपंशिया, एज पिरामिड, बायोम, पार्थेनिया, हेटेरोस्पोरस। Okay, so answer to question 150 is Parthenium heterosporus is a threat to biodiversity. Direct NCERT statement. ओपनशिया में एरेनकाइमा नहीं होती है भैया। एरेनकाइमा इज प्रेजेंट इन प्लांट्स विच फ्लोट, विच रिक्वायर बोयेंसी। ठीक है, विच रिक्वायर बोयेंसी फॉर फ्लोटिंग। तो एरेनकाइमा में, सॉरी ओपनशिया में एरेनकाइमा नहीं होती है। ब्लंडर ब्लंडर चीजें लिखते हैं ये लोग, इनका क्या है। और एज पिरामिड बायोम, ये तो कोई मेल ही नहीं है। एज पिरामिड इज पिरामिड बेस्ड ऑन डिफरेंट एजेस ऑफ इंडिविजुअल्स प्रेजेंट इन अ पॉपुलेशन, तो ये भी गलत ही है। और स्ट्राटिफिकेशन जो है वो डिफरेंट लेवल्स में होती है, ठीक है, ऑफ डिफरेंट स्पीशीज। अंडरस्टूड? पार्थेनियम हेटेरोस्पोरम एक ग्रास है, वीड है, जो थ्रेट टू बायोडाइवर्सिटी। सो आंसर टू 150 इज ऑप्शन नंबर 3। ओके, आई होप ऑल द क्वेश्चंस वर क्लियर टू यू। अगर कोई भी डाउट है तो डू नॉट हेजिटेट, पुट इट इन कमेंट्स। टिल देन आई विल सी यू विद द नेक्स्ट वीडियो, होपफुली। बाय।